today is a green tea. This is a scented jasmine green tea wrapped in a tightly rolled hand pearl. Okay, we're going to put the leaves in, add the water, and we'll steep this for about 3 minutes. Now while this is steeping, we need to talk about water quality. Water should always be generally filtered if possible, never distilled, and never reheated. And no microwaving. Microwaving does not heat the water in the proper fashion. Okay, steeping time, very critical. You want stronger tea, you add more tea and not more time. Okay? So, obviously now we're going to wait for the tea to steep. And while we're doing this, we can also talk about the foods that you can eat along with this tea. Okay? So, in my recommendation with oolong is generally more into the sandwiches. Chicken sandwiches, tuna sandwiches, things that pair well with oolong tea, in this case with the honeydew. As far as jasmine goes, it's a very delicate scented tea. So you need to pair it with foods that are very delicate as well. You don't want to pair it with foods that will overtake the flavor of the tea. That's very important because we want the tea to be the main focus at your table. As far as when you can drink tea, it's something that you can consume all day. A tea like this could be drank morning, noon, and night, before breakfast, after breakfast, and during breakfast. Okay? So we're getting very close to our steeping time. And again, when we do this, we'll remove the leaves. And when we remove the leaves, we're going to also examine the leaves and smell them. That's part of the ceremony of drinking tea, sort of like reading the tea leaves. Okay? The color of the infusion is very important because that's indicative of a high quality cup of tea. So don't rush your tea, and also don't forget that your tea is being steeped. Okay? So we remove the leaves, and in this case, you can open up your tea bag if you choose to, and you can see how the pearls will open up. And of course, definitely take advantage of smelling the infused leaves as well. Okay? Now our oolong is getting close. It should steep to a light amber color. And again, if you oversteep this, the color of the tea will change. Okay? Now, oolong leaf is very different than green. It's a much wider leaf and has a more darker color. It's in between what we call a green and a black leaf. Of course, the favorite part is tasting the tea. I like to use a spoon just to do an initial tasting. Of course, once it cools down, you can pick up your cup and drink. Savor the flavor and the aftertaste. I think my favorite is the Vietnam blend. I don't know about you.